Hi friends, welcome back. Today might be a slightly controversial video, so I apologize in advance. Also, will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen Halloween Ends yet, or if you're planning to, anything like that, don't watch because I will not be holding back in this video. We need to have a chat. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and give this video a thumbs up. And let's talk about Halloween Ends. So to start, my backstory with the Halloween franchise, I'm going to be honest, I have not seen all the movies. I have seen the original Halloween and then I saw the 3 most recent ones. I missed all the things in between. So that is my backstory with Halloween. I'm not a diehard Halloween fan. I do really enjoy the franchise, but I have not seen all the movies. Let's get into it. Halloween Ends just came out a few days ago and it was supposed to wrap up the franchise. It was the 3rd movie in a sequel trilogy and it did not do what it was supposed to do. Unfortunately, I really didn't think that Halloween Ends felt like a horror movie at all, and especially a Halloween movie. Like, not even in the way that it was like the franchise Halloween, in the way that I would not sit down during spooky season and watch this movie because it didn't even feel like a Halloween type of movie. It just felt so weird and so off. I just didn't like it. I'm a pretty easy person to please. I generally like most movies that I see. I'm very, 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 very easy to please, but unfortunately this movie just did not do it for me. I wanted it to end right from the beginning. I knew right away I wasn't going to like it, and I'm really sad about it because I really enjoy the Halloween movies. I love Michael Myers as a killer. I tried to take notes the entire time that I was watching it to have enough information and opinion on the movie that we could talk about it. This is giving me Star Wars Rise of Skywalker vibes. Basically how it feels to me is the trilogy was set up in a way and the 3rd final movie was completely out of the blue. I think Star Wars is totally separate and Rise of Skywalker I actually enjoyed, so that's kind of separate, but it's kind of giving a similar vibe. In the last 2 movies, Laurie is dealing with her lifelong trauma. She has changed her entire life to revolve around Michael, and she lives in the woods. She has this super crazy, protected, decked out house. I mean, she is really dedicated her entire life to this. The Halloween Kills movie ends with, them thinking that they have killed Michael, and then they're celebrating, as you might say, and then Michael obviously kills Laurie's daughter. And it is a huge twist. I was not expecting that. I was super excited. I went into Halloween Ends thinking it was going to pick up right after Halloween Kills. Similar to how Halloween Kills picked up right after Halloween 2018, I think that's when it was. But no, we are 4 years in the future and Laurie is fine. She has moved on with her life. Who cares about her daughter? No one cares. Michael is just out there. Laurie does not care. That is my first problem with the movie is they should have picked up right after and just continued and it would have been just one long night. That is what I was expecting. Let's talk about Michael. Michael has been hiding for 4 years in a sewer. It's giving It vibes. Like the second that I saw that he was in a sewer, I was like, no. This is not Pennywise. I do want to say trigger warning, that opening death was traumatizing. Like, I was not expecting that. That was awful and horrible, and I did not like that. I have so much to say about this movie that it's hard to articulate how I want to talk about it. Basically what they did with this movie is they tried to do something new. They didn't want to follow the same path that every movie has followed, which I can respect to an extent. I understand not wanting to do so many movies all the same every time. It's like every superhero movie is the same way, as people say. So I can understand wanting to go in a new direction. I do think that they failed in the way that they did it. Bringing a brand new character into the final movie of a trilogy to end a franchise, making him the star of the last movie was not a good choice. I personally did not like it. I did not like the character Corey. I just thought it was really cheesy. I thought the whole movie was really predictable. Like, I wrote down, for example, the scene where they're in the restaurant and the cop was going up to Allison and Corey and the cop were like beefing back and forth. Like, that whole scene was so predictable. The fact that Corey worked as a mechanic and he wore the jumpsuit. I mean, it's just so, I mean, it's foreshadowing, but it's like so predictable. I thought every scene with Corey and Allison was so cringe. Like, so cringe. The way that he's like, I killed someone, and she's like, oh daddy, like, no. Like, that was so weird. Every scene with them just made me super uncomfortable. I thought the acting wasn't great. I don't know if it was the writing or the acting, but it just was not coming off good. So cheesy, so predictable. Then we start to find out that, like, is Michael Myers like a mantle that can be passed through different killers? Because obviously Michael saw something in Corey, or he had like that psychic moment where he saw into his past, which was just super weird. And then he obviously let Corey live. He let Corey take his mask, which I thought was very strange. I feel like past Michael, there's no way that he would have ever let Corey live if he tried to take his mask. So that was really weird. I thought the whole thing with the partnership stuff was also very weird. Michael always works alone. I mean, he is Halloween, and you're bringing this brand new young kid character in, foreshadowing that he's going to be the new Michael Myers in future movies, perhaps. They're working together. I thought that was so weird. I mean, I understand like wanting to try something new. Like, I do get it, but it's like, stick to, in this case, like, don't go so far off the path that we don't even recognize the movie that's happening. Like I said, I am all for starting something new so every movie is just not the same thing over and over and over again. But this was just not the way to do it. The franchise Halloween is about Michael and Laurie. I mean, they have done how many movies with Michael and Laurie Strode? Like, how many movies have they done together? So many. Why in the last movie of such a huge, popular, amazing franchise, you decide to bring in a whole new character and he is the star of the movie? The way that the last two movies went, I obviously said that I expected it to just pick up right after the last one. I expected Laurie and Allison to be heartbroken, so angry. I was expecting them to just like be so upset and mad that they are going to go hunt Michael down. Laurie has been haunted and traumatized her whole life by Michael, but he just killed her daughter and suddenly she's totally fine. Like I said, years have passed, she doesn't care anymore. Who cares about Michael? So weird. But no, we get Laurie and Michael in the last 15 minutes of the movie. It's a Corey Cunningham movie. I saw this art on Twitter. I just want to put it on here. It's a very good representation of this movie. Unfortunately, once the movie started, I basically wanted it to stop. I thought the whole movie was really flawed. I didn't really think it made a lot of sense. I did watch it at home, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go to the theater for it, especially because I was able to take notes. But that's not the worst part. After all of this, we introduce a new character, blah, 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 blah. He dies. He dies. So like, what the audience probably thought and what I thought is, okay, you're trying to set up future movies. I understand it. You're gonna make the whole movie about him because the next movie, if they just decide to do it, will be about Corey being Michael. I understand. And then you kill him. It's like the whole first hour and a half of the movie was for nothing. It was for absolutely nothing. Maybe the point of the first hour and a half of the movie was to show that Michael Myers' mantle, like I said, can be passed on, but you killed literally the next Michael Myers. I will admit, the last 15 minutes of the movie I do enjoy because it is the only part of the movie where we see Michael and Laurie. We got the fight, the rematch, the fight of the century. I do like when Laurie started stabbing him and he just like did his like rise up thing. That thing, which I just did so badly. I did like that. You know, I do like that she got her happy ending. Another really weird kind of thing about it is once he was dead, the whole parading him through the city, you know, everyone comes out of their house. Like, I know it's the end of a like horror killer movie, so I can understand it. But then they're like passing him crowd surf style through the crowd, which was just so weird. Like, it's like, I would not be touching that man. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I do like the end of the movie with the fight, but again, it's because it's the only part where we see Michael and Laurie actually interact. And I am glad that she got a happy ending in the end. I know that there was a lot of speculation that they might kill Laurie off. I'm glad that she was the one that got to survive and finally have a happy ending, but if you want to enjoy this movie, I genuinely recommend just watching the last 20 minutes maybe, because the first entire hour and a half doesn't mean anything. It's cringy scenes, predictable, introduces a new character that literally dies and has no purpose. Just watch the last 20 minutes of the movie. There were apparently rumors of alternate endings to the movie, and I wanted to read them. One of them was during a fight, Corey was thrown outside of a second-story window and then he disappeared in reference to Michael's ending in 1978. And I wish that that's what they did for him. Like, he could have disappeared and then the whole fight scene with Michael and Laurie could have happened and then at least Corey would be out there somewhere. But the fact that they killed him off just is so crazy to me. I do like the concept of there being more Michael Myers in the future, you know, passing it off in a way. And they just should have went full throttle with this. Like, they just should have went for it full speed ahead. They made us believe the entire time that it was going to be this parallel and continuation of a new generation with a new Michael Myers and a new story, and then it just ended abruptly, and we didn't get that. To wrap up, Halloween Ends is basically its own story. I don't think it fits with the trilogy. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think it continues the story in a good way unless you maybe want to talk about the last 15 minutes of it. I don't like being a hater. Wish that I enjoyed this movie. I really do. That kind of sums up everything. I really hate being a hater because I'm not that type of person, but I really needed to get my opinion out there and give my review. I know you guys really wanted to see it. I've been talking about it on Twitter a lot. But there are a lot of people out there that really enjoy this movie, and I'm glad that people out there enjoy it. I'm so glad that people like it. Unfortunately, I didn't. I wish I did, but I didn't. What are your opinions on Halloween Ends? Tell me how you're feeling about it. What do you think they're gonna do maybe with the future of the franchise, if there even is one? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let me know if there's any other movies you want me to watch and review, or if there's any other random video requests you have for me. I would love to hear them, and I'll see you guys next time for a brand new video. Bye!